Good morning, everyone. I think I met everyone. I'm Ryan's dad. Just wanted to say something first. It's overpowering, isn't it? It's just 5,000 years. It's hard to put into perspective. But that's about 250 generations. And if you think about your family and your community, how many times well, it's still happening. That's why we're here. And what's more, we have a new generation. And right now, Savannah is surrounded by people that are friends and family who love her. And I just wanted to wish Ryan and Rachel and Savannah every happiness.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. You know, it's very useful to bring up the stones, really, because some of you probably have very different opinions about exactly where you stood right now. Some probably see it as a spiritual site, others a wonder of the world, and I'm sure probably some of you see it as a damp field just situated just off your carriageway. And I probably actually expected my father, not Ryan's father, to possibly fall into that category a little bit. but if somebody asked me over a decade ago, before I met you, that I would be getting married right here, I wouldn't know what to make of it. But the time I spend with you and the belief that I've developed through your thoughts and beliefs and on things like spirituality, meditation, I have to admit it's a very, very perfect site.
Well said, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning again and welcome everybody. We're gathered here this morning to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, to give recognition to the worth and to the beauty of love, and to add our best wishes to the words which will unite Rachel and Ryan as one. Quite literally, with the horizon our only walls, the sky our only ceiling, and this beautiful Mother Earth our floor, we meet here in nature at the sacred site of Stonehenge for one reason: to affirm the love of you two. So welcome to this sacred place and circle for Rachel and Ryan's handfasting ceremony. Handfasting is a long-held spiritual tradition for two people who wish to share their lives together. It takes on many forms and shapes, but today is the one that Rachel and Ryan would like to have performed for their commitment to each other with everyone, all of you, the most important people in their lives, their family and friends, gathered here to witness. A very special welcome is given to Savannah Bell, who will be acknowledged as part of Rachel and Ryan during this ceremony. We shall first open the circle and ask for protection. And then Rachel and Ryan will make their vows to one another before the age-old tradition of having their hands tied together. This used to be for a set time, so that the couple learned to help each other. However, this is no longer practical, so the hand tying is a symbol of those vows that will remain with Rachel and Ryan throughout their lives together. Marriage is a bond to be entered into only after considerable thought and reflection. As with any aspect of life, it has its trials and triumphs, its ups and its downs. With full understanding of this, Rachel and Ryan have come here today to be handfasted in the presence of all that is sacred. So let us take a moment just to feel ourselves arriving here at Stonehenge. Just look around at this landscape, revered by our ancestors for countless generations. Ceremonies have been held here for thousands of years. So let's just connect with the energies that are quite literally flowing beneath our feet. Spirits of this beautiful place, please accept our presence and protect this gathering today, here for this ceremony, which is the handfasting of two beautiful people who have chosen this special place to speak openly and publicly of their love for one another and to affirm their lifetime commitment to each other. So I call to all of our ancestors of line and blood. We would not be here today but for all that you have done in our lives in the past. We ask you to be present at this handfasting of Rachel and Ryan. To those ancestors who have lived and walked upon this ground, we greet you with warmth and ask that you too stand amongst us and protect this gathering. We bid you all hail and welcome. Now, Rachel and Ryan regret that some of their family are unable to be here to share in the joy and the love and the happiness. So we're just for a moment going to pause to remember Basil Mallet, Florence Street, Ray Hall, Jason Kent, Edward Chafe, Millicent Dealey and John Dealey. Thank you. Today, Rachel and Ryan will join their lives together and begin a new part of their family. The circle and substance of family is not made by blood alone, but by love, by respect, and by commitment. Indeed, the circle of family made by choice can be as strong or stronger than that of blood. I have a very important question to ask. Who presents Rachel to be married to Ryan? Thank you. Now that we are all gathered and our ancestors and spirit of this place are with us, it's time to begin the main part of this sunrise event, the binding and the joining of Rachel and Ryan. In many cultures, it's believed that the human soul shares characteristics with all things divine. It is this belief which assigned virtues to the four cardinal directions, east, south, west and north. It is according to this belief that we align ourselves with these elements today. Each of these blessings from the four cardinal directions emphasizes those things that will help you both build a happy and successful union. So we are now going to call upon those elements of earth, air, fire and water to cast blessings upon you both. So I would ask you, Rachel and Ryan, to repeat these words after me, please. We ask protection.
We ask protection.
Together, please, yeah. We ask protection.
We ask protection
for all the ones we love.
for all the ones we love.
We honour all creation.
We honour all creation
as we pledge our hearts. And our lives together. We honour earth.
We honour earth.
And ask for our marriage. To be abundant. And grow stronger. Through the seasons. We honour fire. And ask that our union be warm and glowing. With love in our hearts. We honour air and wind. And as we sail through life. Safe and calm. As in the arms of the universe. We honour water. To clean and soothe our relationship. That it may never thirst for love. With all the forces of the universe. We pray for harmony.
we pray for harmony
and true happiness, as we forever grow young together. We'll now take a moment to consecrate the rings. May I have the rings, please? I'll tell you what.
You can open the boxes, lads.
That's it. Can you just pop it onto there for me? They're lovely boxes, aren't they? And if you put that one onto there. Thank you. So on this little table that I call my altar, I have everything that represents these four elements. So first of all, I'm holding it over this bowl of salt, which is representing earth. Powers of the north, guardians of the earth, I consecrate these rings and charge them with your energies. I purify them this day and make these rings sacred. With the feather representing air. Powers of the east, guardians of the air, I consecrate these rings and charge them with your energies. I purify them this day and make these rings sacred. Over the candle representing fire. Powers of the south, guardians of fire, I consecrate these rings and charge them with your energies. I purify them this day and make these rings sacred. And finally, over the water. Powers of the west, guardians of water, I consecrate these rings and charge them with your energies. I purify them this day and make these rings sacred. I charge these rings in the name of the old ones, the ancients, the sun, the moon, and the stars, by the powers of the earth, air, fire, and water. I banish any negative energy. I make these rings new and afresh. I consecrate these rings to make them yours and yours alone. The circle itself, it's an infinite thing. It's magical, it's never ending, never changing, yet always adaptable. A ring that has no beginning and no conclusion. And like the circle, true love itself is infinite. It goes on knowing no boundaries, no restrictions. It flourishes and blooms in the light and in the dark. It lays down no ultimatums, makes no demands at all. Love in its infinite form is something that cannot be forced. It cannot be taken away. It's a gift that we give to ourselves and an honour that we give to others from the bottom of our hearts and souls. So I'm now going to invite you to give each other your rings. If I can just pour them both into your palm for the moment.
Okay.
So Ryan, if you would place this onto Rachel's ring finger, please. And I'm going to ask you a question, all right? Do you promise to show Rachel your honour and fidelity, to share her laughter and joy, to support and stand by her in times of difficulty, to dream and hope together with her, and to spend each day loving her more than the day before?
Certainly do.
Please put the ring on. And if you would give that to Rachel, and if you would put this onto Ryan's ring finger. And I have the same question for you, Rachel. Do you, Rachel, promise to show Ryan your honour and fidelity, to share his hopes and dreams, to laugh with him and share endless days of joy, to stand side by side with him in times of trouble, and to spend each day loving him more than the day before?
I do.
Thank you. Who was going to give the reading? I have the words. I don't know whether that was the reading you had in mind.
It was, yes.
Good, okay. This is a very, very traditional reading and so apt for where we are.
Above you are the stars, below you are the stones. As time doth pass, remember, like a stone should your love be firm, like a star should your love be constant. Let the powers of the mind and of the intellect guide you in your marriage. Let the strength of your wills bind you together. Let the power of love and desire make you happy, and the strength of your dedication make you inseparable. Be close, but remain individual. Possess one another, yet be understanding. Have patience with one another, for storms will come, but they will pass quickly. Be free in giving affection and warmth. Have no fear, and let not the ways of the unenlightened give you unease, for love is with you always.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Belle.
All things work out well, don't they? Okay. The marriage promises made today bind your lives together with sacred and eternal bonds. So another really important question for the pair of you. Do you still wish to be handfasted in the ways of old?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
You're quite sure? Okay. Now, in case any of you, well, this might be your very first time of seeing a handfasting, this is where the expression tying the knot originated and the bonds of holy matrimony. So that's what you're going to be witnessing in a moment. 4 more questions. Will you honour and respect one another and seek never to break that honour?
Yes, we will.
Will you share each other's joy and ease each other's pain?
Yes.
Will you share the burdens of each so that your spirits may grow in this union?
Yes, we will.
Will you share each other's laughter and look for the brightness in life and the positive in each other?
Yes, we will.
Thank you. Could I ask you to just hold that for me for a moment? Okay, now these are the colours that Rachel and Ryan have chosen: silver, white and purple. I'm going to ask you both to take one end. I'll hold that for you for a moment. And what I'd like you to do is to tie a knot as close to the end over that little band as you can and pull it tight. Okay? So they are, does this suit me?
Very much so.
So Rachel and Ryan are now participating in quite literally tying their own knot. Then I have the pleasure to really tie them up and tie my knot, which will be the final knot on the cord. Okay, if you take that back, so if I can take both those hands, okay. I'm just making sure these are really tight. I do not intend these to ever come undone. I tell you what, let's just turn around so they can see as well. All right, can you all see what's going on here? I haven't tied the knot yet, but I'm just about to. Are you all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
You won't be in a moment.
Wow.
Oh gosh, that is really
That
tight.
is really tight.
Yeah, that is really tight. Now, if this had been happening a couple of thousand years ago, the bride and groom would be spending the rest of the day till midnight tied this way. Those cords would not have been allowed to be removed until midnight. Everything they would be doing together during the day. Now just think about that for a moment. Everything that you would be doing together. She's rather not there. Rachel and Ryan, as your hands are now bound together, so your lives are joined in a union of love and trust. The knots of that binding symbolise the vows that you have made here at Stonehenge today. May that knot of love remain forever tied. May your hands remain forever blessed. May they always be held by one another just as they are right now. May they have the strength to hold on tightly during the storms of life. May they remain tender and gentle as they nurture each other. May your hands build a relationship of love caring and devotion. May Rachel and Ryan see each other's hands as healer, protector, shelter and guide. You are now hand-fasted as one. Let nobody come between you, and may your union be one of love, respect and consideration to each other and all living things from this day forth. In a moment, as you remove the bindings, be reminded that you cannot always be tied physically together, but your vows will remain with you always. Rachel and Ryan, you have spoken the vows and performed the rites which unite your lives. You have declared that you will live your lives together as one. You have made special promises to each other, which have been symbolized by the joining of hands, the taking of vows, the giving and receiving of rings, and being handfasted. It is therefore with tremendous delight I pronounce you husband and wife. May your love so endure that its flame remains your guiding light. Now this is the point in the ceremony where they think I'm going to take the cords off. And they're so wrong. When I said I would like those knots to remain forever tied, I really genuinely mean that. I never ever want to see those knots come undone. So life is sometimes a bit of a struggle, and I'm going to invite you to struggle to get out of those now without undoing the knots. Okay?
Right, just think about this for a second.
Alright.
Your hand's smaller than mine. Right.
Anyone got any butter?
If I twist around to take you.
What is that in this tub here? Is it oil?
In this one?
Is it oil?
No, it's not. No, I got called short.
You're caught short. All right. Okay. All right.
Go on. That's it. You've got it.
I think we can do this.
You've got to do the work, Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your hand's
like
smaller
that.
than mine. Yeah.
And then wriggle.
That's it. That's it. Okay. Brilliant. Right. May I borrow that for a moment? So if you just come back here, so you're still on video. Okay. Now, the reason I didn't want them to undo the knots is because this is a lovely little keepsake that they can look back to on future occasions. Yeah, on future occasions, like this time next year on their anniversary, they can look back to it. But they can also look back to it, as we mentioned earlier on in this ceremony. Life does have its trials and its triumphs, its ups and its downs. It's not sunshine this morning, which is a shame, but it's still a most beautiful day for what you are celebrating. Tomorrow the sun may be out, it may not. What I'm trying to say in a long drawn out way is every day isn't sunshine. We do get the storms. And should a stormy day come along for the pair of you, I would ask you to go wherever you're going to keep this in your home. Look at it, touch it, and get back in tune with the emotions you felt today amongst your family and friends. And if you get those emotions put into the right perspective, those storms are just going to fly out of the window. There you go. So that's for you.
Thank you very much.
So, Rachel and Ryan, you are married, so please kiss your bride. Now, one of the rules at Stonehenge is we are not allowed to bring drink. And he's miles over there. So this is honey mead. This is honey mead.
Okay.
So I would like you to toast each other's health. So offer it to, this is a loving cup. This is a Celtic loving cup. Very shallow, as you can see. It's called a quaich, and that's spelled Q-U-A-I-C-H, but it's very traditional. Okay. So let Rachel take a little sip.
Of course, ladies first.
You will like that. It's beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Easy then. Yeah.
Go on, you can finish it if you want. Go on.
It certainly tastes alcoholic.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So we are kind of breaking the rules a little bit then.
You are.
Well, I've never really been one for rules anyway. Go on, finish it off, honey.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ryan and Rachel, husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Saunders.
Can I add something there?
Yeah.
I've never been one to try and change something that's already perfect. Today, I kind of feel I'm actually doing exactly that. Right. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just a bit nervous. Today, I'm changing the name of this wonderful girl. Beautiful mind. An exceptional soul that we have all known and loved for so long as Rachel Sullivan. And I can speak for my entire family. We're not just happy, not just proud, but deeply honoured that you accept our family name as your own. So I would like to make a toast to Mrs. Rachel Saunders. Love you so much, and our vows today aren't necessarily just concentrated on each other. Our relationship has well proven the test of time, but we would like to now focus the combined energies that our relationship gives off, focused on our baby daughter Savannah.
We've missed it all.
Missed it all. Okay. That's all.
Okay. Have your cameras ready, folks. In a moment, Rachel and Ryan are about to jump the broom. And again, this is a very traditional part of the handfasting ceremony. This couple have formed a beautiful and perfect union. They have been blessed with Savannah Bell. And now as they jump into their future married life together, I ask them to remember the power to create their future lies in their hands. So, Rachel, here we go.
I think you probably ought to go limbo, actually.
There you go.
Are we jumping together or just?
Yeah, together. Hand in hand. Hand in hand. Come on.
Okay.
Go for it.
After three?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Go.
Who's going to read your Apache wedding lesson?
Oh, Hannah. Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is one life before you. Go now to your dwelling to enter into the days of your life together, and may your days be good and long upon the earth.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you.
I'll run away with that.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes our ceremony. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I would like to thank Rachel and you, sir, for allowing me to be your celebrant here this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm just sorry the sun didn't come through.
It's not important, David.
Okay.
You've done a wonderful job. Thank you very much.
Did you all enjoy it? Yeah. Smashing. Okay. Now you've still got time here in the stones. Just please remember not to touch. And if you're in the area for the rest of the day, you can come back in free of charge, not inside the stones, but you can do the visitor centre and the guided tour, all included in what this couple have paid for today. Okay?
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you everybody for coming.